Hey everyone, how's it going today? Lamoura here, and welcome back to yet another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. We're still here in the Rising Stones. We are going to start on patch 2.55 Before the Fall Part 2, and we'll start that off by doing a Mask of Grief. Minfili has a request to make of you. Have you a moment, Nia? I believe Yida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeda's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Yeah, that's right. Yida and Moonbreeda were like best friends, you know. They were, as Yida says, twin sisters, even though they look nothing alike or didn't have the same aptitude. Oh, God, she must be taking it hard. Come here, Yida. You can join our little snuggle party too, watching some movies in your PJs. Hey, it's Nia! Great! Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I can't face it at the moment, so I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Girl, I'll pay for it, just, thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Wraithfrost. Or Wraithfrost, I don't know. I never learned how to pronounce it. Papa Lima usually does it for me. Oh, Yida, don't worry. You're still... How are you doing? Oh yeah, I was afraid I couldn't talk to them. The Rising Stone feels how it's going. Moonbreeders always care whether it's such a warmth and cheer. Always, you guys act like she's been here for like 4 patches. Again, it would have been better if she was here for a long time. Yes, like I get it. Like in the short times that she was here, it was impactful enough. But still, you really wanted to hurt. Make it one of the Scions, you know, like make her one of the Scions from like when we first started, I don't know, making the Crystal Braves or something. In any case, I ramble. So let's continue on. Take our Drake up and see if we can find Rowena. I think, yeah, she's the one that's further in here. We don't come in here too often. It hasn't been since we first came to the Rising Stones that we've had to talk to Rowena. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade? No, I have this flower payment. Hey, they've got you running errands now. Them Scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Send in the savior of Eorzea to the Bleeding Market. Fine use of your time, that is. Hey, seriously though, you best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the Chocobo stables next. Anyways, what was it you were here to pick up? The Moon Daisy, was it? Here, then, take it. And tell that Yida lass I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Gods knows she needs to. Hey, will you quit it? Stop talking shit about my friends and me in the meantime. Oh, you know what? Before we go too far, hold on one second. Let's eat our eggs here. Get that well-fed bonus. And then let's hit our minion roulettes. And see... Oh, little guy. What's up, Tengu doll? Looking cute. With your puffy little thighs. Pants. I don't really know what you got going on there. Sometimes you forget you have certain minions and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Haven't seen you in a little while, huh? In any case. Alright, let's go return this back to Yida. Hopefully this will cheer her up just in the slightest. I know this isn't going to fix everything, but just want to see that smile. Just maybe just for a moment. Dang it. I forgot where I was supposed to be going. We're supposed to meet Yida at the stone. Not in the Rising Stones. At Moonbreeda's memorial. Alright. Well, let's take a moment to travel. But yeah, I mean, like, wrong way. Lamoura, what are you doing today, man? Get your shit together. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do this and waste all of our time, apparently. I just suck today. It's the grief. I'll blame it on the grief. Losing one of our dearest comrades and our most trusted waifus. It's a damn shame, you know? Game over here gonna kill my waifu. Doesn't Yoshi P know? Don't he know how much I care about all of my waifus? Never do anything rude to any of them, or I shall bring upon the wrath of the weeaboo. Teleport behind you with my samurai sword, tip my fedora. It's nothing personal, kid. Except for it is, because you killed my waifu. And then I'll drink some Mountain Dew and leave some Dorito crust, flakes, powder, it's powder, Dorito powder in my trails as I disappear. Maybe I'll use the Dorito powder like a smoke bomb from Naruto and just like use it as my ninjutsu. Dorito smoke bomb. I just start coughing. Or maybe they can't get enough of it and they just like start like suckling on their fingers, forgetting about the presents, and you can just like slink away. Rihanna can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyways, let's see it. There you go, girl. Moonbrita loved these things, you know? I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her. I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Midgar Somer knows something. Things are about to go down. Let's go back to the Rising Stones and figure out what's going on with all these dragons. Alright, Alfino. Tell us what's up. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbrita's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Corthius will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Alright, Mask of Grief is complete, and on to Defenders for Ishgard. Alfino awaits the arrival of the Ishgardian envoy. The envoy is here. I thank you for... it's Lucia. I'm sorry. I thank you for receiving me at such a short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. I know our voice isn't that high, but still. Certainly. You come with news of the Dravanians. I'm sorry. Certainly you come with news from the Dravanians. Hi. The dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the central highlands a short while ago, and a battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emeric himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Gervanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then. We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emeric would meet with you to discuss the possibilities of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Courtheus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our cases to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You needn't say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean alliance, we can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fates of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emeric's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Nia. Quest accepted. Defenders for Ishgard.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
I'll be honest with you guys, I still don't really know Lady Iceheart's plan. Like, what her ultimate goal is. Like, just get rid of Courtheus? The Ishgardians? I'm not quite sure. I guess it's a problem when you have skipped over cutscenes when you first play the game. You're not quite sure what happens after. But that's a lesson that we will learn when we go into Heavensward, eventually. Don't skip over cutscenes, and by the time that you reach the end, hopefully everything will be revealed to you. It would seem I was swifter... Really? Rude, dude. Anyways, it would seem I was the swifter, Nia. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Oh man, maybe we should just wait, you know, is it really important that we figure out what's going on? I guess, like, it gives us extra information, you know, to figure out, like, what's going on and whether or not we actually want to be a part of it. That's true. Tactical advantage, I'll call it. Ah, Rock of Ages, how many times have I done you before? I don't really want to do it right now. I don't really need the extra XP. We're already level 60, which is the start of Stormblood. Yeah, we've already gone 10 levels over Heavensward, so it's just like, I don't know. I don't really need to worry about over-leveling. The Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defenses can be so easily shattered... Yeah, doesn't sound good. Tempter Hooked? I've never heard that before. Tempter Hooked. Temple Knight. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Okay, so we know Lady Iceheart is here now, officially. Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. That's the way. That's the spirit. Trembling Temple Knight. Ooh. Ooh, we need not fret overmuch. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Mother? Who the hell's Mother? Man, there's so much I need to learn about these guys. Like, I skipped over all the cutscene and dialogue when I first did this. I just did, like, the battles and whatnot. So I actually have no idea technically what's going on. Like, through context, I guess I get it. But as far as, like, this dialogue, I've never read it before. 'Twould seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. No, I'm sorry, that was a lady. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you. Alright, Defenders of Ishgard. I keep on saying Defenders of Eorzea, but that's one of the previous patches, so... Alright, talk to Alphino, telling us to go back. The worms roar. Alphino seems eager to return to Camp Dragonhead. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid, and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Hashafant will know where Sir Emmerich means to receive us. Probably in that same room he always receives us in, Alphino. Like, come on, dude. It's been the same the last 4 times we met with this dude. Yeah! Let's go, Boris! Is someone doing the fate? Did we help? It's at 7%. No. I want to help you, my dude. I really do, but I'm trying to get to the end of this game. They've officially announced that it's August 11th, so I have time. It's just... I kind of slacked off on my my editing, so I don't have too many episodes going. And I want to make sure I just get this done so I can focus on that, because playing 2 games at once and editing 2 games videos is a lot. 'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend. What is this person? Oh, okay. For some reason up here, I thought I saw a samurai garb with like one of those straw hats. I don't know, maybe I've been playing too much Ghost of Tsushima. 'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into an abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived, and would treat you in the incendiary. What is this person wearing? What kind of garb is this? It's like a bikini. Oh, they are technically just wearing like a bikini, but it's all their the all raw markings. Okay, I forgot that they have scales all over their bodies as well. Okay, let's exit out of that. We don't need to target that person anymore. And then go into the incinerator and meet with Sir Amric. Greetings, madame. Shall I show you inside? Please do. Alright, let's talk to Amric. Oh. Excuse me? Dude. What? I can't jump on this table? How else am I supposed to talk to the dude standing next to him eye to eye? Hell no. I thank you for coming with such haste. I expected a voice cutscene. And apologies for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Einstein, or Estinian? Yo, my dude looking sick. May I present you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. Ooh. An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian, I just want to make sure I get this right, Estinian, yes, is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, were chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Gervanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you are the adventurers of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. 'Twould seem that Lady Iceheart and the Gervanian share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Okay, at least we know a plan now. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history. Though once defeated by the hero of Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Korthius since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Though it ever be returned to Nidhogg, should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is kept deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics. The dragons are another matter. There are individuals There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms, they who spend centuries in slumber, only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg's last darkened our skies, 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defenses, and now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at our gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged holes their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem, you have described your plight with admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzean alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Corytheus would be buried in snow, and the land would become sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until Garleans arrived, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Corytheus. They would not even have to draw steel. Yeah, you didn't even think about that, my dude? Like, that was pretty obvious. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of the great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not. I am in full control of my facilities, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wherever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared? Was Nidhogg I. He means to hurl his horde against Danafin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. dude, dragoons would be so much cooler, and this is just my own opinion, if they didn't have these like little wing blade bits coming off their armor. Like they have them back here. There's like too many bits coming off of the dragoon for me to enjoy it, but I love their armor for the most part. Like even like these bits here, like if they got rid of those, if it was just like straight mail, I think it would be really cool, because then you would have the helmet with it as well to like really distinguish them from, like, I don't know, something like a paladin or something of that nature. But God, they really are cool. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us with an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Amaric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Committed to the cause, Alphino is ready to begin making preparations for war. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. Alright, I'll make sure that I go do that. I mean, you may be there as well, but I'm teleporting, so I'll meet you there, my dude. Peace.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Huh. A little last part of the cutscene seemed a little foreboding. In any case, volunteer dragon slayers. Minfilia would have you assist with the preparations being made for the defense of Ishgard. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company's, yeah, okay, that was right. Pledge Grand Company's soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Korthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slaffborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. But before you leave, might I suggest that you have Totru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp on the practical challenges we may encounter. Alright, talk to Totru first, and then Slaffborn. I have no problem with that. Oh, Totru! Minfilia has a task for you! We are rather close to Korthus, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our own supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for every eventuality. Let's go, Nia. I have 101 things to discuss with Slaffborn. By your lead, Totru. By your lead. I'm just here to make sure you stay safe, you precious little doll, you. Wedge would be so mad if you got hurt. I would never hear the end of it. Speaking of, I haven't seen them in a while. Where is Sid? Huh. Where has that boy been? No, like, for real, though. I haven't seen Sid, Biggs, or Wedge in a long time. Like, a long, long time. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Korthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as a temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil. I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your calls to arm. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. I don't know. I don't know if I can convince people to fight dragons. That's kind of like... It's kind of pushing it, isn't it? Accomplished adventurer. Huh. Interesting. I don't know what this garb is. I've never seen it before. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I am not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay away from Ishgard. Well, that one didn't work. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need ye to cast your mind back to the scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have ye? God damn it, I feared as much. No one bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the Braids suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folks like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenary adventurers and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for freedom and of all. That ain't the steady pay. That and the steady pay. Now, compared to most of the others in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it, and a lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off with that. He ain't the type. And this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Hi, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled upon, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Anyway, any road, we've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Nia. So on top of everything else, we also have traitors, it seems, in the midst of the Crystal Braves. I mean, I brought it up before. Things didn't seem quite right with the way things were going. People are acting mighty suspicious. So, it leads me to believe that we might have something on our hands here. What's that carbuncle doing up there? Alright, I don't know where all these people are. Apparently there's 4 of them. So I need to do a little bit better at searching here. Because I have no idea where anyone is right now. I don't even know where I begin to find these people. I'm gonna have to scour all over. Okay, there's one. Volunteer my services in defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuits of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. Fair enough, my dude. Fair enough. I understand where you're coming from. Alright, Nope. Okay. There's a secret area up here that almost no one ever goes to, because there's really no reason. So, let us check up here real quick. Just to be sure. Not in the kitchen. Not in the storeroom. No, there's one. Alright, after this we'll just need one more, and I have absolutely no idea where they are. Sell me blade to the Ishgardians? Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay my fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them nights before, you know. Watch me like a bloody hawk he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. So wait, were you a yes or no? Couldn't quite tell it. Uh-oh. We got a freeze going on, guys. Okay, that was interesting. I was expecting a crash, to be honest with you. But it doesn't seem like that was what was going on there. Alright, there's one more adventure somewhere around. I'm gonna guess they're gonna be on this wall over here. No, we're pretty far outside that red circle, huh? Okay. Okay. One more adventure. Where are you? You're around here somewhere. Watch it be, like, plainly obvious. I've walked past him, like, 4 times. Come on. Alright, now we've got to start being real careful with where we're looking. Because I'm not seeing nobody. Oh, there you are. Why don't I feel like you were there before? I feel like I looked out here. I didn't see anyone. So Ishgard seeks sell swords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. Ah, but I have pledged myself to the Garlemald's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Alright, I'll mark him down as a solid maybe. Alright, well it didn't seem too beneficial. Not too many people were willing to jump to Ishgard's aid. There you are, Nia. So, did you sway any hearts? 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slaffborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say 1 Reviant Soul veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Alright, so we did something. Cool. Alright, guys. Well, unfortunately, that's going to be it for today's episode. We'll pick up tomorrow with some more of patch 2.55 before the fall part 2. I want to thank you all for joining me. I'll see you next time. Peace out, and much love to you.